your hat and place your hands over your heart and sing along as we honor our veterans, active military, and our great nation with the playing of our national anthem. Tonight, the Star-Spangled Banner will be performed by the MHS Big Blue Marching Band under the direction of Mr. Joel Giddle, Director of Bands at Manhattan High School. Our colors are presented by the Color Guard from American Legion Post 17, represented tonight by Commander David Horner, Mason Lutz, Matt Burany, and Marvin Ketterer. We ask for your continued support of good sportsmanship at our ball games. Activities are important aspects of the total education process in the American schools. They provide an arena for participants to grow, to excel, to understand and to value the concepts of sportsmanship and teamwork. They are an opportunity for coaches and school staff to teach and model sportsmanship, to build school pride, and to increase student and community involvement. Thank you for your cooperation. Also, our continued thanks to the Manhattan High Booster Club for their support of Manhattan High activities and athletics. Without their outstanding support, many of the amenities that our students rely on would not be possible. Gary Coleman, he's about this tall. Or is he passed away now? something of yours? Jennifer Shanklin.
And welcome to Bishop Stadium. Tonight we're seeing the Manhattan High Indians face off against Topeka High Trojans. I am your play-by-play announcer, Eddie Brugger, joined here by Cooper Stern. Cooper, what do you think of the matchup tonight?
Man, it's a great night out here. There's not very much wind, and I'm really excited for this matchup, especially with the Indians coming off a great win last week, taking down Derby. How do you think they played coming into tonight?
I think they played really well. They really surprised everyone at Derby. Feelings are high, and I think they're prepared to be serious and win this one.
And tonight's a big game for Topeka High as well, coming in only with 2 first downs last week, not doing too hot there, but allowing 549 yards, most of that being on the ground. So for Topeka High tonight, their goal is to stop the run game first and make Keenan Sharks throw the ball more. What do you think about Keenan Sharks, this quarterback for Manhattan High?
I think he's going to do really well. He knows his team well, and
yeah, last week Keenan averaged last season 8 throws a game, and last week he threw 16, went 16 to 24 for 126 yards. Didn't have the interception though, so watch out for these quarterbacks for Topeka High coming in off those slant routes. That could be a little dangerous, but that field goal last week puts Manhattan High to 1-0 record. T-High 0-1 after their 78-7 loss last week at home. So they're looking to bounce back here in Manhattan, Kansas.
Yeah, tough loss last weekend for Topeka, but they've got some good players on their team, so this should be a decent matchup. It'll be exciting to see.
And the big thing to talk about is B.J. Kennedy. He's gone out with an injury, and he's their 6'6" quarterback, and he plays all positions really for T-High, one of their most dominant players. And with him going out of injury, how do you think tonight is going to look for T-High with the quarterback position?
I think that's going to make it tough for Topeka High, but I think they'll be able to accommodate. Like I said, they still got some good talent on their team, so we'll have to see how that goes.
And with their new quarterback, Peyton Wheat, he has not, I think he started last week, didn't do very well with the offense, but hopefully he can be an electric spark for this team tonight, because quarterbacks are what get this offense going, and if they can get the run game going, then they open up the pass game as well. So hopefully T-High can get a good start here and make this an interesting one.
That's right.
Looks like the motorcycles are starting up, and the Indians look like they're lined up to come out of the tunnel as we are 6 minutes and 50 seconds from kickoff here at Bishop Stadium.
Again, if Jennifer Shanklin is here, come up to the press box with identification. Might have something of yours might have been found.
The Trojans are walking out of their tunnel right now with their flags. Looks like they're ready to play some football.
And here come the Indians.
All right, so there comes the Indians. We're looking about 5 minutes, 10 seconds for kickoff. What do you think is a big key for Topeka High tonight?
I think they're just going to have to accommodate with the loss of their teammate temporarily, and we'll have to see how they play.
Exactly. We know Manhattan High has the size difference of the team and just the players in general. They also have a really strong defense after they posed some good stops against Dylan Edwards from Derby last week. So hopefully tonight Topeka High can get some physicality into the game and hopefully make it a good one. Isn't the crowd something already? I mean, we're filled, and I guess after that Derby game, energy is high, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. We've got our first home game of the season, and people are showing out.
For sure. First home games always give you emotional highs, so hopefully that helps MHS really play tonight, because, you know, emotional highs really give you energy to perform for the crowd, and when you're doing that, I mean, you're just feeling amazing.
Yeah, that's right. Coming off that win last weekend, spirits are high on the team. Coach Schartz was quoted in an interview that he knows that the players are excited, but they're going to be serious. They're going to get down to business and hopefully win this one.
Captain's getting ready to go out for the coin toss here. And you can just see the difference between these sidelines. I mean, the bigger Manhattan High squad and versus that Topeka High team. I mean, just very big difference there.
Yeah.
Captains for tonight's game. For Topeka High, number 9, Elijah Kincaid. Number 12, St. Wayne. Number 32, Ethan Martell. And number 62. For Manhattan, number 12, Keenan Sharp. Number 24, Dre Delort. 33 is Ben Urban. 52 is Tate Huber. Also 28, Jackson Vikander. And 99, Keelani Patterson. Topeka High won the toss and will defer their choice until the second half. Manhattan will receive and defend the north goal. Thomas Byers, the line judge is Corey Shivers, and the back judge is Daniel Chavez. Our all-state chain crew again this year is Marlon Whitney, Mike Pickler, Ken Dix, and Jacob Stroda. Volleyball team opened their season last night with a quad against 3 tough teams. They will be in action this Saturday at the Olathe South tournament scheduled to start at 9 a.m. JV volleyball team goes to Emporia next Tuesday. Their first home match is next Thursday against Clay Center and Wamego. And next Saturday they host the JV tournament. The boys soccer team is off to a strong start with a 3-1 record. They finish their Wichita Turn to Titan tournament in Wichita South tomorrow as they play Hayes High. They go to Wichita South next Tuesday, and next Saturday they will host Blue Valley West with JV playing at 11 and varsity at 1 o'clock. Off for Topeka High, number 24, Josiah Mack. Topeka High will start the first possession of the game, 1st and 10 from the Manhattan 16-yard, 26-yard line.
All right, here we are in the first plays of the game.
That pass was nearly intercepted right there. I threw it in double coverage. See, so the game plan looks like they switched it up a little bit, taking Manhattan High on their heels. You know, we talked about establishing the run for both sides. Topeka High, especially with that young quarterback in Peyton Wheaton, stepping up into the program this year, and he takes a pass for the first play of the game. That's pretty bold, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
Here we go. There's a snap.
And here's the snap. And it looks like a running play, and they're brought down right about the line of play. Maybe a loss of 1 yard on that.
That's exactly what Manhattan High was looking for last week as well against Derby. They had a lot of tackles, and they also had a lot of assisted tackles, which I think it combined for about 20 or more there. And that's one of the things Manhattan High likes to do. They all like to flood the ball and work together as a team. You know, it's not just a solo game out there on the field. They really show that.
Yeah, that's right. Defense shut that player down quick.
It's actually a loss of 1 on that play, so it'll bring up 3rd and 11 here.
And there they go again. He's looking for someone to pass, and that's a sack.
And see, this is what we're talking about, the physicality. Topeka High needs to establish that right off the bat. Right there, they just got through. I mean, that's just the big build of Kehlani Patterson. He took the double, bull rush straight through, and then had the guys on the edge come and make a great play there. Manhattan High starts off, looks like a 3 and out, and possibly a punt here coming for Topeka High.
A loss of 5 makes it 4th and 16.
Well, it looks like they're going to go for it here, actually, Eddie. This is pretty bold.
Yeah, a lot of yards to gain here on the 4th down. We'll have to see what they do. Looking for a pass, and he throws it away and is swatted down by an MHS player.
Such great defense. I mean, this is how they played last week as well. They just rush the quarterback, pressure him, keep him in the pocket. When you keep him in the pocket, you really do a great job there. That's what Manhattan High likes to do. So now they take over from their own, looks like 37. And watch for the guard pulling here. They want to establish the run game early, do a lot of counters. So we'll see what they get here in this first set.
Here we go. Coming up the right side, got a lot of room to run. And he is going to go all the way. Coming up the left side. And it looks like that is a touchdown.
That was a great job sticking out the ball at the end.
That's right. Just barely got in there. Brought down. And that is going to be a Manhattan High touchdown.
And first play from the scrimmage for the Indians on offense. They get a big play right there. And that is just exactly what we wanted to see from the offensive line.
That's right. Now our score is 6 for Manhattan and 0 for Topeka High.
Looks like Anthony Lindsay on that carry right there. Do a little bit of a trick play there.
And they are going to get it.
They get in.
That will make the score 8-0.
So how about that first play? Well, drive technically, but first play of the game. Manhattan Indians going up 8-0 after the 2-point conversion. How they looking so far?
Pretty good. I mean, like you said before, that defense, they swarmed Topeka's quarterback. Were able to get the ball back in their possession, and that running play really strong. They were able to get right through there and get a touchdown.
Yeah, that blocking downfield was very, very very, very good for Manhattan High there. And, I mean, you can't ask for better. They came out, they executed. First play of the game, they get a touchdown. They go up 8-0 here with 9:47 to play.
That's right. They were able to keep the path open, and they were able to get that touchdown.
And real fast, I just want to mention the offensive line for Manhattan High. How they've looked from the beginning of the season. A little bit of doubts coming from them, but they have this great offensive front. You got Tate Hoover at center. He's a veteran, a senior. Then to his right, at right guard is McCoy, and he is really, really good. Big guy, and he's really good at pulling. But then you have, Andrew Kinney's at right guard, and then McCoy at our right tackle. And then on the other side, you have Jacob Barnes at left guard, and they're going to pull him a lot tonight. So watch these two guards pulling through, because they're huge keys for this offense, especially establishing the run game early on. Right there, they didn't see anything, but look out for that.
And here's the kick. It's going to be caught at about the 10-yard line. And the receiver for Topeka looks like he gets about a gain of 15.
Chris Dunnigan on the tackle there. That was good. It looked like he was going to break that one, but Chris cuts back. Gets it.
Number 19, Robert Nickel, returns the kickoff. Takes it from the 5-yard line out to the 24 before he's tackled by number 6, Chris Dunnigan. Topeka High will start their second possession, 1st and 10 from their 24-yard line.
Looks like a similar formation to last time, except they got two backs in the backfield here. Probably going to run, it looks like. Not quite sure what they're doing here.
And here's the snap. It's going to be a handoff. Trying to get through that Manhattan defense. He's able to get through and gain some yards, and he's brought down about 4 yards short of the first down.
That's just really a tough run right there. I mean, you come in playing probably the number 1 team in the state after taking down Derby on really emotional highs. You come in, you get stopped 4 and out, they score the first play of the game. Your offense comes back out, has a tough physical offensive line at the beginning, gets a good cutback, and I mean, 2nd and 3, pardon me. It's going to be interesting.
2nd and 3 from the 31.
And here's the snap. Looks like he tried to hand it off again, but goes for a pass, and it's into the hands of a Manhattan High player. Wow, he's going to return it for another touchdown. That's tough.
Chris Dunnigan makes a good play there. Wow, that was exceptional.
That's right. That brings our score to 14 for Manhattan, and they're setting up for the extra point.
Interested to see what they do here. Last time they had a little trick play, so I wonder what they're going to do today.
Right up to the extra point. In the long snapper, number 26, Clayton Turner. Number 18, Braxton Fry, on to attempt the kick. The holder is number 12, Keenan Sharp.
It looks like Braxton Frey is getting ready to kick this one. There it goes, and it is good.
So 16-0 already. Indians off to a hot start. Now that's going to be one of the keys of tonight's game. You got to protect your quarterback, first and foremost. You can't have anything else without your quarterback. Can't do handoffs, can't pass the ball. So if you can't establish the run, you really have to protect your quarterback in the pass.
That's right. The quarterback was kind of getting nervous, having trouble making a decision there as the defense was swarming him. Tried to make a handoff, but then had to throw it away and go for a pass. And that ended up leading to that interception. So they're going to have to try and protect their quarterback better, like you said, and give him some time to make a good decision.
Sorry, it's 15-0. We got 8:46 to play here. First quarter.
And here's the kick. It's going to land at about the 15-yard line. And Topeka's receiver is able to get a gain of about 10, it looked like.
We'll see what Topeka High can do here.
I
mean, that last drive, not what they wanted. Got hit while he was throwing, pick 6, but this is a different drive. I mean, every drive is different for every team. You can get off to a hot start, they'll cool off eventually, and hopefully Topeka High can make this a little bit competitive here on this drive here.
So Topeka High starts first and 10 from their 30-yard line.
Here's that same formation as last play.
And here's Topeka High. That's right, the handoff again. He's coming around the left side. He's able to get a gain of about 2 or 3 yards there, it looked like.
See, they tried to establish inside on the 0, 1, 2 holes, 3 holes, stuff like that. But Manhattan High's big front line on defense is too big, so they tried to go outside, and then you got Dre Delort out there, Dante Walters. Dre Delort actually leads our team in tackles. He had 6 tackles solo last week in Derby. How about that?
Yeah, great defense. That was definitely their key to the win in Derby for sure.
Two receivers on. There's a snap. They give it up the middle this time.
And they go for that handoff, but he's brought down again. Looks like for a gain of 1.
That's how Manhattan High plays, right? They play physical up front. Nothing past their safeties like every team, but that front line always is dominant for Manhattan High, and get the linebackers coming in. They like to blitz a lot here. You have to think there's a lot of pressure on Peyton Wheat coming in, having to play against Manhattan High, beating #1 Derby, and with CJ Kennedy out, got a lot of pressure on her shoulders here.
Going to bring us to 3rd and 7 for Topeka.
Looking like a little zone here.
Pass. Oh, and it goes right through the middle.
And there's a flag coming out, yeah. Looks like pass interference. Hit him before the ball was there, so probably brings out that flag. And this is one of Manhattan High's actually killer things. They last week against Derby, they had 3 turnovers, and they also had a lot of plays both sides of the ball. Manhattan and Derby both had a lot of penalties, and penalties really kill you. Like on this drive right here, that was fixing to be 3 and out, and now they get another chance here after that flag was thrown. And I think it might be a first down as well.
That's right. It looks like it's going to bring us to 1st and 10.
So it's going to keep the drive alive for T-High. That's exactly what they needed. Get a little bit of momentum against this very energetic Manhattan High team tonight.
Yeah, if they can keep moving down the field, they will be able to get this touchdown.
For sure. Peyton Weed's got 2 running backs in the backfield with him. They keep running this little X-cross formation here.
Oh, and a little slip up on the snap there, loose ball, and it's retrieved by Topeka High.
Number 12, Peyton Wheat, also back at the 35-yard line.
And just like that, we were talking about turnovers. Another same mistake. You gotta try to watch out for those things. Gotta be mentally prepared more than physically. Football's really a mental game, and coming in against a really good team like Manhattan High, if you're Topeka High, you really have to be mentally prepared to face this ferocious defense as well.
Good snap there. Quarterback was looking to pass. He's going to run up the middle. Get a decent amount of yards there.
Peyton Wheat really has a good pocket presence, doesn't he? I mean, he's been sacked a couple of times with guys bull rushing up the middle, but that was really good pocket presence. I mean, he stayed in his little area, and he stepped up in the pocket. That was a really good play.
That's right.
Besides the tackle, he still managed to gain some yards there.
Yeah, he waited for the right time and had a great gap to get in there and gain some yards for Topeka High.
So another 3rd and long here.
Yeah, it's going to be 3rd and 19 for Topeka High.
6 minutes, 20 seconds to play here.
And looked like tried to go for a handoff. And he's going to be brought down.
Another tackle for loss.
That's right. Couldn't get past that line of play there.
That's been the key for Manhattan High's defense so far, hasn't it?
Yeah, they just keep sending Topeka High back. And that loose ball really did it for him on this possession.
It did. You just gotta watch out for the silly mistakes. If you can cut down on those, Topeka High had a drive going for them right there. They don't do that little fumble. They're sitting in a good spot.
Yeah, we've seen them make some good plays. And there's the punt.
Sanchez with a quick burst up the middle. Gets out to the 41-yard line, gain of 10, just enough for a first down. He's tackled there by number 32, Ethan Martell. So it's 1st and 10 from the 41.
Hey, make sure they pull his name.
From number 12, Caden George, caught by number 34, Jason Sanchez, tackled quickly by number 21, Isaiah Kincaid.
So Manhattan High's offense is finally back on the field after that one. I mean, their defense had a score. They had a one-play offensive drive, so at least they only got 5 yards on that one. T-High saw it coming.
Looks like Schartz is going to come up the middle, come up the left side, and get a big gain on that. That's going to be a first down for Manhattan.
Took a little bit of a pop there, but dropped the shoulder.
There's a flag on the play. Looks like holding against the offense will bring that play back.
So there's a flag. It's going to be holding right there. So that's a killer. We talked about penalties early on. Manhattan High already got one. T-High's got one.
Yeah, that's right
so
there.
That moves them backwards, which now it's 2nd and 10 when it was 2nd and 5. But we'll see what they get going here.
So the penalty was ball back as we real line of scrimmage. We're just still 2nd and 5.
They got bunch formation here. 2 wideouts. There's the motion. And right up the middle.
Handoff. He's going up the middle, gets tripped up a little bit, but still a great gain there.
That's the senior Jason Sanchez on the carry right there.
That's going to bring it to a first down for Manhattan.
Sets up 1st and 10 here again. One wide out on, 2 wide outs off. Here's the motion for Sanchez.
Schartz looking to pass. When he's going to try and dodge that defense right before he gets tackled, he's able to throw it away.
Looks like Braxton Fry again.
That's right, and it's picked up for a big gain again.
Looks like Braxton Fry's been kind of our big receiver here. Last week he had 5 receptions for 50 yards, and last week he had 5 receptions for 50 yards. Didn't have a touchdown, but he also was the field goal kicker that kicked the game winner. So in a way he did his part, but He's been our key wide receiver guy. We run him on a lot of slants, we run him as the deep routes. He does really everything for this offense.
There's Shards. He tosses it to the side, and they're going up the right side there. They're going to be brought down at about the 8-yard line.
Number 34, takes the late pitch from Keaton Sharp. Makes 2 yards to get around the right side. He's tackled down at the 8-yard line by number 1, Dietrich Johnson. Gain of 9 on the play. Brings up the 2nd and 1 from the 8.
That's a Manhattan High touchdown. That's going to bring us to 21 for Manhattan and 0 for Topeka High.
For the extra point again, the holder is Keaton Sharp. The kicker is Braxton Fry.
Looks like they're not going to go for that kick here. They're going to try and make a pass, and there's no one to catch it. Misses that catch.
What about that drive, though, for the Indians?
Yeah, that's right. They just got up the field quick once again. Good passes by Keenan Shards.
And the tackling for Topeka High wasn't that bad on that drive. They did a little bit a better job setting the edge there. They still get outside a lot, but they're showing up on the corners. They're trying to force them back inside. It didn't work as well, but at least they're wrapping up on their tackles, which they failed to do on that first drive.
Yeah, that's right. Definitely putting some pressure on Keenan Shards there. You saw with that late pitch, which was still able to be picked up, but definitely is putting a little bit of extra pressure on him, making him think a little bit more.
So we'll see what Topeka High can do here. They're getting the ball at the end of the first quarter, about 1:38 to play here, and they're down 21-0. So they're on the road, playing a really competitive team, and they got to show up and be competitive as well, which they've shown they can do. And on that last drive, their defense is getting the hang of it a little bit. So hopefully we can see them explode on the offensive side as well, give themselves some points.
Here's the kick by Braxton Fry. Big kick. It's going to be caught by Topeka High at about the 2-yard line. He's going up the middle, and a big gain there, going to be stopped at about the 22-yard line.
That was a big hit.
And here's the snap. Looks like Topeka High's quarterback is going for a pass. He's able to get it, and it's caught at about the 28-yard line. Pretty good gain there for Topeka High. If they could just keep up those nice plays, couple plays, get a first down every couple plays, they're going to be able to get down the field pretty quick. Just got to stay out of the way of that Manhattan High defense. But just like that, as long as they can keep those smooth plays coming up, that should be no problem for them. We'll have to see if they can keep that up here. We have 1 minute, 27 seconds remaining in the first quarter. And here's the snap. Looks like Topeka High's quarterback was looking for a pass, but he's going to run up the middle and get pushed back. Looks like it was about a gain of 2 on that play. That was number 36, Logan Stevens, on the tackle. And it looks like it's actually going to be no gain for them there. It's going to remain at the line of scrimmage from the previous play at about the 27-yard line. And here's the snap. And he's able to get some good yards on that play. That was Topeka High's number 21, Isaiah Kincaid. If they can just keep up plays like that, they're going to be able to get down the field real quick. Consistency is really the key here for Topeka High.
Looks like this is going to be the last play of the quarter. It looks like they did throw the flag. It looked like a horse collar there. Topeka High's putting together a little bit of drive here.
Yeah, that's right. We saw a couple of good passing plays and good gains of yards there. Like I was saying earlier, consistency is key for Topeka High here. We saw them have a couple good plays, and they got a lot of good yards doing that. So if they can keep that up here, we're nearing the end of the quarter. But if they can keep that up later in the game, we should see them get a touchdown.
So due to the flag there, it looks like the clock stops, so we might see another play here before the first quarter ends.
That's right. We've got about 6.6 seconds remaining here. That was a penalty against Manhattan, and it's going to be moving the ball down the field here.
So now the Trojans move into Manhattan High territory. This is exactly what they wanted coming from the drive, but looks like the clock might run out for the quarter. And it did. So that's the end of the first quarter.
Score for the first quarter, Manhattan has 21 points and Topeka High has 0. Tough first quarter to start out. We did see some good plays from Topeka High there right before the end of the quarter. They were able to get decent yards more than halfway down the field. So hopefully they'll be able to get that going in the second quarter.
To do some to cap off some highlights for the first quarter, Eli Conley is joining us. Eli, what do you think about that first quarter?
I thought it was really well for Manhattan High. They used all their physicality on both offense and defense to destroy the Trojans up front. But as you see, it might be 21-0, but the Trojans are moving it down the field here on their, I think, third possession in the first quarter, and they're trying to get some momentum here to get in score and get back in this game. Charles Morgan had a 68-yard run, first play of offense for Manhattan, which is the highlight of the first half. Jason Sanchez also had a 4-yard touchdown run. Manhattan has to keep pushing, can't just get soft here up 21-0. Game's not over until the fourth quarter clock hits 0.
What do you think about that, Eddie? How do you think Manhattan High is going to keep the pedal to the metal here?
I think they're just going to keep overwhelming that Topeka High defense, the Topeka High offense. As you saw, they did get a couple good plays, but Manhattan High has been shutting them down. So it looks like Topeka High's offense is picking up steam here. So we'll have to see how Manhattan responds to that.
And Manhattan's really got to watch out for penalties as well. We talked about penalties and turnovers. If they can cut back on those, this drive might end short because that penalty extended it. So we'll see what they can do here. So now it's 1st and 10 in Manhattan High territory. That's a 4-yard gain right there for the Trojans. We'll bring up 2nd and 6 from Manhattan High, 36-yard line. 11:54 here in the start of the second quarter. Here's a snap. He'll keep it. And Peyton Wheat is wrapped up. Looks like a flag on the play.
Number 12, Peyton Wheat on the keeper around the left side. Tackled quickly by number 32, Tyler Nursery, and number 4, Max Sanders. But there's a flag on the play. Illegal procedure is called against the offense, but the penalty is declined. They will take their
That's an illegal formation flag. And it looks like Manhattan High declined that one right there.
That's a good option to decline. You want it third down here, third and long. You don't want to give them extra play with moving it back to second down.
We'll see what the Trojans come out with here on this look. They're still running those two backs in the backfield with Wheat. Man, they're swarming them in the backfield.
Nothing going there for the Trojans after the start of the second quarter. That penalty really hurt them, bringing it to third down. The passing game hasn't been working. They try to go back to the run to the outside, but Manhattan's linebackers have been swarming the backfield all day.
We talked pregame about establishing the offensive dominance on the offensive line for Topeka High. That's how they were going to start this game in order to beat Manhattan High tonight, but looks like Topeka High is kind of getting dominated on the defensive side of things as well. Both ends of Manhattan High's team playing very well tonight.
Yeah, well, the defensive line is forcing the runner to go. Barely got that punt off there.
That was an outstanding punt, actually, as they pin him inside the 5. What a punt right there for Wheat.
Almost a disaster by not picking up the ball. So Manhattan has been dominating the defensive line, pushing the offensive line back, which is kicking the back to the outside where our outside linebackers are containing. That's why they're not getting anything, because it's been pushing, and we've been pushing them back on all levels of defense.
I mean, when you have a strong front line and your corners and outside linebackers can contain, it's kind of hard to get anything run-wise going, and our D-backs are playing really well with the pass as well, so nothing doing for Topeka High on offense. Let's see what they can get going here on defense. From their own 4-yard line, Sharks calls man in motion. He'll take the snap. Looks like he's going to keep it out the middle. A big run out to the 23-yard line, and the Indians get a first down here on the first play of the drive. What a run right there.
Great job pulling by the guard to get to the outside there to create a lane for Sharks. Also, great job by the running back, Auckland. Created a humongous hole, getting the linebacker blocked for Sharks.
Manhattan's running similar plays here in this first half. A lot of pulling guards, a lot of run game. They passed the ball a couple times, but the run game has been really dominant, so they're sticking with what works here. That ball nearly intercepted as it was tipped by the receiver, and that would have been Sharp's second interception on the year, but it was dropped by Topeka High.
Yeah, very lucky there. I didn't see anything open. I still think they should stick with the run. That's the good. This offense is great at running. We got to run. If they want to keep doing this, run out the clock.
Yeah, I mean, you got to stick with what your bread and butter is, and tonight their bread and butter is definitely the run game. With their pulling guards really blowing up people on the inside, they got those 0, 1, 2, 3 holes pretty covered in there. That's where they're able to run really well. Here's the motion. They'll give it. Looks like Auckland's going to get the carry here. He'll move up close to the 31-yard line.
brings up 3rd and short. Manhattan's probably going to go with the run here. I would expect maybe some motion here to catch the defense off guard, maybe thinking pass.
I mean, Keenan Sharts has already brought up his pass average amount of passes thrown a game. Last year he was at 8, and this year, his first game, he threw 16 passes, completed 16, attempted 24. And so he's already boosting that up, and that keeps defenses on their heels more because it's not as easy to read. And so we'll see what they do here on 3rd and short. Sharts in the backfield, looks like Auckland. He's just going to do a little QB keeper. Nice cut inside. And looks like about a gain of 5 there for an Indian first down. Up to the 37-yard line, excuse me.
So what you're saying about the passing, it was really good last week. That's one of the main reasons they beat Derby. Derby was planning for the run, and those passing plays caught them off guard. So being able to have the pass and the run as a good option in your offense, defense never going to know what's coming, and you're going to have the linebackers looking both ways each play.
And this Manhattan High offense this year is a little bit different than last. Last year we had Vinny Smith and Keenan Sharts in the backfield. This year we have Darius Auckland and Keenan Sharts, and that's a little bit of a different build. Auckland's a little bit more of a flashy player, and Vinny Smith just broke out for big plays. And speaking of big plays, this is a big play by Auckland down the sideline. Looked like a horse collar there, but they're not going to call it.
Yeah, it's going to take a lot to replace Vinny. He had a lot of good games, a lot of yards, but as you can see right there, Auckland is going to be able to carry this team.
For sure, and that's what also makes the pass game so important. You have Keenan Sharts stepping up as an important player as a senior. Last year didn't throw as much. He had another senior next to him that could run the ball efficiently. And now you have a guy that can also pass and run the ball at quarterback position with other talented backs around him. It's a really good offensive formation. Auckland's still in the backfield next to Sharts. This time to his left. There's the motion. There's the keeper from Sharts again, and he's wrapped up. That was a great play right there by Topeka High.
Yeah, really the first time containing the quarterback there. Made him cut right back inside to where the defender was. Really good by Topeka High defense there.
That was very tough defensive front on that play especially. And it looks like Charles Morgan might be coming into the game for Manhattan High, number 38 there. And how about this offensive line so far for Manhattan High Indians?
It's been amazing. They've been pushing the defense back, creating so many holes. I mean, every play is at least 5 yards. They have just been pushing that defensive front back every play.
And they've been pulling a lot of guards for sure. That was one of our key important factors to the game, is the pulling guards. And right there they pull another guard, but it's a pass play. So he came across to hit a linebacker, and that actually saved a sack there as they complete a pass for a first down.
Yeah, Colt Coonrod is going to be a very big part of this offense this year. When you have 6'4" tight end, he's going to be a big part of your offense. He's going to be a red zone threat, which is also going to stretch out the defense. They're going to see him running out, and everybody's going to want to go cover him. They're just going to open up every other receiver.
Yeah, not only is his passing game great, his route game great, but also his blocking. They use him in a lot of different ways, and his blocking is one of them. You see he lines up right there on the outside edge, and he's just going to do a little block on this run game to help establish it. There's an outside run. Cuts it up and in. Keenan Sharts in for a Manhattan High touchdown.
Right there with the tight end, Colt Coonrod pushed the D end in, and then DeAndre came in and got the linebacker out of the way, open up straight open hole for Keenan right into the end zone. That's
Keenan Sharp's second touchdown on the year. He had a big one last week against Derby, and that's his second one on the year. And the Indians are taking a 27-0 lead here in Bishop Stadium. Sharts is the holder. Braxton Fry is going to be our kicker.
The holder is number 12, Keenan Sharts, and the kicker is number 18, Braxton Fry.
PAT on the way here. There's a snap. It's up and straight through the uprights, and it's good. Manhattan High is taking a 28-0 lead here with 6:37 to play at Bishop Stadium. That was a heck of a drive right there for the Indians.
Yeah, what I want to highlight there is the kicker. As everybody knows, last week he kicked the game-winning field goal. He has one miss on the season. His first miss, I talked to the team, it was a mishap on everything. no one person to put on blame, but he's going to be a big part of this team because we're going to play some good teams further in the year, and he's going to have to be a big part hitting some clutch field goals at the end of the games to give us some wins.
Yeah, Braxton Fry does not lack any confidence at all. I mean, when he comes on the field to kick a field goal, he's always poised. And at Derby last week, watching those highlights, he just was calm and collected, and then he just kicked a 24-yarder for the win. And that was a heck of a kick, wasn't it? Straight through the uprights, and wasn't upset last week. And he's perfect tonight as well, so. It's 28-0 here, 6:37 to play. The crowd getting into it a little bit. Here's Fry. Good kick that time. Back to the 3-yard line of the Trojans. He'll take it out. Man, and he is swarmed, but he gets out of it. Looks like he gets that up to about the 17-yard line or so.
So as you'll see with most Manhattan High kickoffs this year, they kick it towards the sideline. They don't want to give it to the main kick returner. Just like last week, Dylan Edwards was back there, and you never saw him get the ball in the kickoff because of how dangerous he is on the return. That's what helped Manhattan a lot last week with field position. Derby never got started probably ahead of the 30-yard line, and so that helped the Manhattan High defense a lot.
Yeah, for sure. And that's what we're talking about, the confidence of Braxton Fry and the knowledge as well. He's very knowledgeable knowing where to put that ball on the kickoffs. Here we go. Peyton Wheat in the backfield. He'll call for the snap. He'll give it up the middle. Some good blocking on that play. Solid run right there. Looks like it'll do for about a gain of 3 or 4. 6:15 to play here in the second quarter. Indians up 28-0. Trojans looking to try to put 7 on the scoreboard before the half ends here. Eli, how do you think they're going to get that done?
They're going to have to run the ball. The passing game has not been working. Our defensive line is getting to the quarterback too quick. Their offensive line is going to have to find the fight in them and get some holes ready for this. Even the quarterback run.
And there's another inside run right there. And there's nothing doing on the inside. They really got to push outside, don't they? I mean, that's what they haven't done a lot. But when they did, it worked for a couple yards. So.
Yeah, I think they need to throw in a few option plays, too. I feel like quarterback can draw them all with the running back and then have a wide open lane on the opposite side.
Yeah, Peyton Wheat is definitely a playmaker for this Trojan offense. And we've seen it, and his pocket presence was pretty good on his pass plays. But, you know, when his offensive line isn't blocking for him, maybe they'll at least block for the running back going outside when you get your receivers as well. Peyton Wheat with a back now to his right. Stacked up on the right side here, and they're going to do a pass. Protection solved this time. That was a nice throw, a little bit too high as it's dropped by the Topeka High wide receiver, and the Indians get a stop. There, it's going to be 4th and 9.
Great defense on the outside there, but Max Standard really made that catch hard to get, was smothering the wide receiver.
Yeah, very good defense so far from our Peyton Wheat to punt again here for the Trojans. 4th and 9 from their own 21. 5 minutes to play here. Standard back to receive the punt around the 50-yard line. There he goes. Up the left side. 1 man to beat. Stays in bounds for a touchdown. Wow. That's a heck of a play for the Standard right there.
Sideline was very open there. The punt team did a great job blocking for Standard there on that punt return. That was not as good as the punt as the first one from Wheat. I think that really helped Standard there, getting an open lane.
The blocking downfield was exceptional right there. Now the Indians up 34-0 with 4:44 to play. We'll see what they do here. They've been doing some interesting things for 2-point conversions, PATs. Probably just going to go for 1 here as Braxton Fry's out there setting up his sets. PAT on the way. There's a snap. And he's still perfect. 35-0. Indians up by 35 with 4:44 to play here in the second quarter. So we've had a special teams touchdown, a defensive touchdown, and then the offensive touchdowns. So Manhattan's really doing everything on all sides of the ball.
Yeah, the most impressive one was the defensive one. Defensive line got in, almost sacked the quarterback, threw right to Chris Gunnigan, who returned it to a touchdown. All three phases of the game are doing really well right now.
And talking about special teams, let's go back to last week, September 2nd, Tyler Burbis in overtime, blocking a 35-yard attempt for Derby. Derby was on offense, and he blocked their field goal to score in overtime. And then the Indians drove down, and Braxton Fry hit his 24-yarder. So special teams has been a huge, important part to this Manhattan team so far, and it's definitely gotten them wins.
Yeah, as you saw in Derby last week, the kicker was not comfortable when he was kicking. He missed the one that sent it to overtime, and then he got blocked in overtime. He was just not very comfortable out there, and I think our special teams have been getting good jumps on the ball.
Yeah, our edge guys are definitely speedy, and they're very hardworking guys. You see them at practice just constantly trying to push and get to the kicker, and that's what really works them. So Indians will come back out on defense after a 3-and-out stop. And we were talking pregame about just the absence and injury of C.J. Kennedy, the quarterback for the Trojans. How does that impact their whole offensive game plan and just tonight in general?
It's big because he practiced all summer as the quarterback, and then you're just throwing wheat in there this week. It's not going to be perfect these first few weeks. He has to learn the position. As you've seen, his passes just have not been on target yet. He just has to get the feel with the receivers that he didn't get during the summer because he wasn't working as quarterback.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of potential there for Peyton Wheat. We've seen on some plays, his pocket presence has been pretty good. Besides his offensive line not blocking for him with the guys bull rushing in, he's been able to step aside and rush for a few things, but also the perimeter defense has been great for Manhattan High, so it's really hard to step up and run. But besides that, you can see the potential there. You just got to work it out and get used to the team, and then things will start flowing for the Trojans.
Number 4, Max.
Looks like there's 2 penalties, holding penalty on offense and pass interference on the defense. So that's why that throw was a little bit off there for Wheat. It looked like it was going to get there, and then we had some contact, but also holding. So, they cancel out. So it looks like, is it still going to be 1st and 10? I think it's still going to be first down here from the Trojan 20. Looks like they're going to have 1 wide out, 1 wide receiver on, 2 off. We could be seeing some motion here. Still 2 backs in the backfield. Here's Wheat. He'll call for that snap. Another pass play. And another high sailing ball out of bounds. He's been on target some and off target some. Very inconsistent tonight, but when you're playing Manhattan High defense, you get flustered. So very tough competition he's facing tonight.
Yeah, it's going to happen with your first week as quarterback. You're not going to be on every pass. The Trojans, they're down by a lot. They feel like they have to pass to get back in this game, but I think they need to keep running the ball too. Don't just get pass happy, because that's not, if you're not completing and you're not getting in rhythm with your wide receivers, it's not going to help. Keep running the ball.
The run game has definitely been the key factor here for the Trojans. That's a new play we haven't seen yet. A little bit of a jet sweep motion. And he got close to the first down marker, but he's going to be knocked out of bounds. Looks like 2 or 3 yards short. So it looks like it'll bring up, 3rd and 3 from the 27-yard line.
That's the outside run we've been talking about that we've been wanting from them. That outside has been open when they've been running, just like at the end of the first quarter when they got into Manhattan territory, they were running outside and got a lot of yards.
Yeah, you don't have enough physicality inside to take on Kehlani Patterson, who takes up basically 2 blockers every play and still bull rushes through. But you do have enough speed to get to the edge, and that's what they need to start doing more. As you see, that was a big 8-yard pickup, and that's one of their biggest runs of the night. And that's starting to work for them. We'll see what they can do here on 3rd and short. There's the motion again. They'll just do another outside run, and he gets the first down and more.
Another good run there. The motion up to the opposite side by the receiver on the short side of the field really helped move the defense to the left side, to the right side of the field. And then the running back went back left to a wide open side, just had to beat one defender and did.
That was a great run up the middle. He had a good cut to get inside the numbers, and then he gained 5 yards after the first down. That's a 7-yard pickup right there for the Trojans. And looks like that run game, when they go a little bit farther outside, the 6 and 8 holes 7 and 9 holes to the left side, looking like it's getting going there. There's a snap to pass again. And he's hit really hard and taken down for another sack.
Yeah, I didn't have anywhere to go with the ball there. Didn't find any receiver on his field. Tried to turn back around and went right into the defense.
And the offensive line got to protect the quarterback. That's a really tough hit to turn around and get hit really hard. But yeah, that pocket presence, we talked about it earlier. He made a guy miss, and he ran into somebody when he looked up. But that's just great defense as well. Wheat in the backfield. Here's a snap. They'll give it. There's a tackle on the outside. They tried to hit the edge on that one. Nothing doing though on that play.
Yeah, I think you guys should throw in some play action here. If they want to pass as bad as they do, at least try to tempt the Indians with a run. See what happens.
If they can establish that outside edge and start faking on some play action, going to the outside 6 and 7 holes mostly, maybe 8, 9 if you throw that in there, you can fake some play action there, then you can get the pass game going, and you can get more accurate with Peyton Wheat. And that's exactly what they need. They need 19 yards here, so we'll see what they got up their sleeves on this big third down play with 2:20 to play in the second quarter. Just going to do a simple outside run. And that time, Chris Dunnigan came out off the edge and just set it very hard, and he gets a tackle for loss. Looks like about 3 or 4 yards, and a big defensive stop for Manhattan High.
Yeah, Topeka High's, the plays that aren't working are when they're trying to cut outside from an inside run. So as you saw there, the run was to the inside, and he had to be pushed to the outside because of Kaylani Patterson, and it did not work. The plays that have been is when they're running a sweep out to the outside. They need to go out there first instead of trying to cut in and out.
And isn't that edge for Manhattan High defense, those outside linebackers, other linebackers coming up, setting it, that has been dominant so far. And even when they're trying to cut out, there's nothing doing for them.
Yeah, Jackson Vikinder and Ben Irvine have been played varsity last year, both seniors this year, know how to set the edge from last year. They both track the ball really well on running plays and are able to get to the running back really quick.
I mean, this Manhattan defense has been really physical tonight. And they're typically pretty physical, but tonight they've been setting the front line, and they've really been dominating. They've been controlling the game from their side of the field, both offensively and defensively. And that's just been really fun to watch about them. And T-High has been struggling to get anything going. If they complete a couple passes, we'll see what happens if they ease up with the D-backs. But nothing doing so far. It's 35-0 with 2:12 to play.
Going to be 4th and 24 for Topeka High here. And it looks like they're going to punt it. And it comes down at about, well, it's dropped by the Manhattan High receiver, but it comes down at about the 45-yard line.
Yeah, nothing going there for Manhattan on that punt like last time. But let's see if this offense can keep up the dominant fashion they've been going with so far.
Yeah, that's right. With them starting at about midfield already, we'll probably see them moving down the field pretty quick here, getting ready for a touchdown. We'll have to see if that Topeka High defense can put a stop to them.
There's a penalty flag at the end of that play.
Looks like there was a flag on the play there. And that's going to be an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against Manhattan. And that is going to move them back.
Yeah, just can't have those. You're up 35-0. No reason to have an unsportsmanlike conduct there.
Yeah, that's right. And then that's just moving them further back. The ball is now at Manhattan's own 32-yard line. And here's the snap. It's a handoff going straight up the middle. He's got a lot of room to run. He's brought down at about the 43-yard line. That's going to be a first down for Manhattan.
Another powerful run there by Jason Sanchez. Had a great week last week, scoring a touchdown against Derby, and he has shown he can be the powerful back in this offense, with DeAndre Auckland being the shifty back in the offense.
And here's Sharks looking for a pass, going straight up the middle. Oh, and it is caught and dropped by number 3, Nate Chandler.
Wide open there, perfect pass by Sharks. Really, Topeka in cover 2 defense there and just shot right up the middle. Just a drop by Chandler.
And here's the snap, another handoff. It looks like a handoff from Sharks, but he himself is going to come up the middle and get a big gain there. It's going to be at Topeka High's about 34-yard line. Big gain there. Sharks had a lot of room to run, and he took advantage of it. Key for Topeka High here is to stop allowing those gaps to happen. Try and shut down the running game from Manhattan here. That's going to be an incomplete pass from Manhattan. It's going to be 2nd and 10 at Topeka High's 33-yard line. And there's the snap. Sharks is looking to pass. Goes to the right side. It's caught. And he's moving up the middle. He's going to get a good gain there. It looks like it's about 3 or 4 yards short of that first down.
Good job by Sharks there, finding the running back out of the backfield. Only open receiver there. Jason Sanchez adding on to his good game he's already having. A good 7-yard reception right there.
And here's Sharks. Looks like he's keeping the ball. Coming up the left side, and he's going to get pushed out of bounds.
Gets out of bounds there, stopped the clock at 37.9 seconds left here. 1st and 10. Manhattan can go for the touchdown here, or if they have to, they are in Braxton Fry's field goal range.
Yeah, that should be no problem for Braxton Fry if they're first to go for that field goal. We've already seen some great kicks from him in the game. And here's Manhattan in touchdown range now with about 38 seconds remaining. And And there's Sharts. He's going to toss the ball to the side. It's picked up by number 34, Jason Sanchez. There is 30 seconds remaining before halftime here. The score is 35-0, and Manhattan is in position to get a touchdown here.
Yeah, had to burn one of their timeouts there. Didn't get out of bounds on the play. We're hoping to get out of bounds so they can save their 2 timeouts. Still have to get a first down here to have another 4 downs before they have to score. I would expect another run play here, see if they can get out of bounds, but don't be surprised for the pass.
It's 2nd and 6, with those same 30 seconds remaining. And here's number 34 again. That's Jason Sanchez pushing up the middle.
Manhattan's going to have to spike here to not use a timeout. Goal here from the 1-yard hit line here. I expect Manhattan to go jumbo set here, bring all their big guys here, and just push in for the touchdown.
And here's the snap. Sharts up the middle, and that is a Manhattan High touchdown. That's going to bring the score to 41-0.
Another rushing touchdown there by Sharts. All the offensive linemen just created a great hole for Sharts to run through.
Here's Fry with the kick again. And it is good. That is going to bring the score before halftime to 42-0. The lead for Manhattan High. There are 20 seconds remaining before halftime. Hopefully with this big of a lead here following halftime, we'll get to see some of Manhattan's secondary players make an appearance on the field, get some play time for them. Again, 20 seconds remaining here in the first half. That's going to give Topeka High an opportunity to just get a couple plays in before this quarter's over. And there's the kick. Big kick going to the right a little bit, and it's caught at the 10-yard line. And Topeka High player going up the...
on that return. He's tackled there by number 81.
Manhattan High 42, Topeka High Trojans 0 at the end of the first half, and we're headed to the third quarter. Eli, what did you think of that first half?
I thought it was very dominating by Manhattan High right there. Topeka High couldn't get anything going on offense or defense. Manhattan High's offensive line really did all the work there, creating open lanes for the quarterback and the running back. Defensive line really pushed back the Trojan offensive line, which made the running back not be able to get any lanes.
Yeah, for sure. And the main story tonight has been that C.J. Kennedy injury for the Trojans as Peyton Wheat takes on the quarterback position. How's his confidence looked so far out there tonight?
I thought his confidence has looked really good for somebody playing the first game at quarterback this season. His offensive line is not helping him very much, but his pocket presence has been really good. He's thrown some good passes tonight, just not been caught by his receivers.
Yeah, I mean, he's been really confident. His presence, like you said, has been good. We'll see how he does in the second half. Looks like this halftime show is about to begin, so we'll guide you over there now.
Okay.
put the camera on the field or stay on the band? Okay. I know all these guys put in so much work during summer lifting, so I think first to second string, not that much of a drop off here. I think we're still going to push the line here, make them have to go outside here to get some yards on offense.
Yeah, especially with our second strings a little bit smaller, but also faster. We can set the edge easier and hopefully continue to have that prominent defensive presence there. So about 15 seconds here before we get lined up for kickoff into the second half action of this Topeka High Manhattan Indians showdown here. What do you think the key for the second half, if we're putting in Carter Aslan at quarterback, what do you think he's got to do against the Topeka High defense?
You just need to show some confidence. He's obviously Sharts is the quarterback, but he's just got to show confidence. Show he's ready. Show he's learning. If he just show that he knows the offense. It might be more running plays than passing plays, but be able to read the defense if it's an option. Just show he can be the next great quarterback here.
It should be interesting to see if Carter Aslan gets in. He has a lot of potential, and that reminds me of Peyton Wheat on the other side with his potential. We'll see how they can do the second half. Here's the kickoff. Fry boots that one deep. That's back to the 3-yard line, and he fumbles it. He'll bring it up. He's going to try to get the edge. And once again, Manhattan High setting the edge on every side of the field. Offense, defense, and special teams right there. It's a great stop inside the 10.
Like I said before, the special teams have been really good today for Manhattan High. I mean, Topeka, I don't think's got past the 20 on a receive on the kickoff yet. They've just been, I know they practice it every day, and it's showing up right here in the game.
Looks like there's an injured Indian on the play here. Does not look like he's doing well down there. Trader's down there. Who was in on the tackle? Looks like Tyler Vervis is the injured Indian on the play, but he's up and he's walking okay, so hopefully he is all right.
Good to see. You would hate to get injured in this game right here in the second half.
Especially up 42-0. And you're just playing to get some practice right here, and to see an Indian go down, that's a little scary for this Manhattan High squad. So it looks like the Trojans come out on offense from their own 8-yard line after that fumbled kickoff return. Weed sends a man in motion. Does not call for the snap. They do a pass right off the bat. There's a throw, and it's completed. Right down there for a gain of about 14.
That's exactly what we're talking there right there. That practice right there, hitting his receiver, a little awkward throw there, thrown across his body there, but hits his receiver in stride, being able to get that first down.
First and 10 for Topeka High from their own, looks like 23-yard line. After that 15-yard pass, 24-yard line. Peyton Wheat in the backfield again. Two backs, one to his right, one to his left. He'll give it. And he's stuffed and taken down right after he is given the ball. Another great stop from the defensive front. And it looks like we already have our second strings in here for Manhattan High, and they're still building the wall right there on the defensive side.
Yeah, it does not look like they left anything in the locker room. That run up the middle has just not worked all game. Our nose tackles have been getting there every day.
It's now 2nd and 12 after a loss of 2. Big play from the Indians to start off. 11 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Indians up 42-0. Trojans trying to get some start on the offensive side. Two wideouts to the left. One off, one on. One to the right. He's off. He's off. There's your snap. They're going to do a little pass again. And it's completed, it looks like. Yep, it's a catch. Got both feet in bounds there. What a snag right there from the receiver.
Yeah, great catch here. As you can see, Topeka High, the two pass plays have been right by the sideline. They're trying to get that inside receiver to cut in and make the defense come in, while the backside receiver just cuts out to the sideline for easy completions. That builds your QB's confidence, which is good for Wheat right now.
For sure. After that rough first half, those 2 completions already this quarter to begin this drive, probably helping him in his confidence out here. And when you're confident, your pocket presence does go up a little bit. You feel confident that you're going to make a good play, and you're pretty sure that you can pass the ball well. So here we go. One back in the backfield right now. 4 wideouts. There's the motion. And there's a snap. We'll do another pass to the sideline. And that's going to be caught for a first down for the Trojans.
Same play they ran on the first play of the second half. Motion the back of the wide receiver out to the other side, and he just keeps going to the sideline. That sideline pass has been working so far. The Indians are going to need to figure out how to stop it.
Yeah, they've really been doing a good job getting those sideline throws, and Wheat is putting it in there very well. His passes are on point, and that last one a little bit shaky, but looking like they're putting together a good drive here. First and 10 from their own 35. Trojans face a 42-point deficit, but they're starting to drive here. There's a call for the snap, and they are passing again. They'll take a deep shot, and it is caught. What a catch right there for the Trojans. A big play and a great throw for Peyton Wheat.
Manhattan blitzed there, left their cornerback in man coverage, and just got beat deep by their Trojan wide receiver there. Great route by the Trojan wide receiver, getting off the defender there, and perfect throw from Wheat. He's 3 for 3 to start this second half. He just looked really good.
Man, he just stepped up in the pocket and launched that one. Perfect throw, right where you wanted it, and he almost broke that tackle. That was almost a touchdown, but he was tackled. So now they're in Manhattan territory from Manhattan's 24-yard line here. Pardon me, 23. Looks like they're passing again. And a little bit outside, out of bounds, and that's an incomplete pass. He started off 4 for 4, and he's 4 for 5. Brings him to 80% in the third quarter on this drive. That is still pretty good stats, especially with that big play for good yardage.
Yeah, just got pressure there and he threw off his back foot, made it accurate a little less. But as you can see, the receiver was still open right there. They're just running nice 5-yard routes, trying to get those easy completions.
Yeah, 5 and outs against these young corners for MHS, these JV players. It is pretty crucial for Trojans if they're completing them, because those 5 and outs, once you get them to start playing up, you can go deeper like they did earlier. And that's exactly what Peyton Wheat wants, and we'll see what he does here. They barely ran the ball at all. I think they've had 1 run and 5 passes. There's a short little pass again. Again, they're 5 and out, and that's all they've been doing this second half.
That is great by Wheat there. I don't think the offensive line touched one of those D linemen. They got in there in a second. That was great of Wheat to avoid him and roll out to his left and hit the receiver.
Looks like the Trojans are going to take a timeout. 9:16 to play. It'll be, what is it? 2nd and 4 here for the Trojans returning after this timeout. So how about this Manhattan High second string defense? How have they looked so far against this Trojan pass game?
a little shaky, but it's going to come with growing pains. You're going to have growing pains this early when you're playing. I think they have keeping the ball in front of them has helped them get to third downs, but it's just that one pass, that deep pass, they let them get behind. But the 5-yard routes are not going to kill you as a defense. It's going to be once they get those deep shots. So if they keep eating the ball in front of them, they're going to keep playing really well.
Yeah, for sure. And I really liked Peyton Wheat in his third quarter opening this drive. He goes 5 of 6 now, has a big completion down the sideline, beautiful shot right into the receiver's arms, and that's just a great play by the quarterback. He stepped up in the pocket, and he took a hit afterwards, but he threw it, and it was a good play.
Yeah, his most elusive play was that last one right there, being able to avoid 5 defenders coming straight at him and still being able to hit the receiver.
Yeah, he's been taking some shots on these throws, but on that last one, he took a shot from a tackle, but he completed it. Two backs in the backfield, and they finally run the ball, and it's a keeper from Wheat. Another good play, and he's been stepping up in this second half. Peyton Wheat really showing he's a leader out there in the absence of B.J. Kennedy.
That was a great read right there by Wheat. He is showing why he can be the quarterback for the rest of the season after the injury. That's probably his best red play he's had all game.
So they've had 2 runs on this drive and 6 passes, 8 plays in all. Now they're inside the 10-yard line. Here they go from 7. And they'll run it again, and it's another keeper up the middle. And Wheat almost gets to the goal line, but he stops short about the 1-yard line. A pick up a 6.
Just like we started talking about in the first half, that option is going to be there. They had to run it a few times. They kept getting to receiver, and right there, as you've seen, he ran the option and kept it right back in the middle after those ends were drawn out with the running back.
And now that we've seen the pass game start developing here and the run game start developing up the middle, establishing the offensive line presence, now we want to see some play action. Get some play action going, fake the run, throw a quick screen pass, something like that to get this offense motivated to drive down and score more instead of those 5-and-out routes. Mix it up a little bit. Here's the give up the middle. Man, he is stuffed. Linebackers shot the gap very well on that play. Stuffed them.
Yeah, we blitz right there. Too many defenders, didn't have enough blocking there. That could have been a good one to keep and run to the outside.
You wonder if they're going to do a little pass play here, because they have been doing the 5-and-out routes, and they're on the 1, so it might not be too risky. But you also got to watch out for the big blitzes that Manhattan High has been thrown your way.
You would expect some man defense here probably from Manhattan, so running a quick slant here or something, quick pass for offense would be good.
2 backs in the backfield, 3 wide. And he does a keeper, and he's going to get in. Touchdown, Peyton Wheat. And the Trojans have scored. It's 42-6 here at Bishop Stadium.
Wow, great job avoiding that tackle from Wheat there. Avoided the tackle and was able to get in the end zone there. Another great option route by Wheat. That's 3 times this drive that he's done it, and he has looked amazing on all 3.
He really has. I mean, he goes 5 of 6 on the drive from passing, and then runs the ball 3 times. 3 times, yes. And then scores a touchdown. That's just brilliant, stepping up and being a leader. And his pocket presence is developing, and his confidence is going up here on that drive. We'll see how he does the rest of the second half.
This is exactly what you want to see from him in the second half. His first half, a little rocky, that's what you expect, but this is exactly what you'd love to see from him.
Kick is up and good. It's 42-7 here at Bishop Stadium, and the Trojans are finally on the board. They put a 7 in that scoring column. That was a heck of a drive right there for the Trojans.
That was their best drive of the season. Every facet of the offense was working right there. The short pass, the deep pass, the running game. I mean, that's exactly what you want to see as a Trojans fan right there.
Yeah, the Trojans go 93 yards on that drive, a big one to start off the second half, and it takes up a huge chunk of our clock. We only have 7:11 to play. We started with 15 minutes. That's a heck of a drive right there.
Yeah, let's see how this defense can set up here for the Trojans. And let's see who comes out for quarterback here on Manhattan. I'm excited to see.
It will be interesting to see if we see Carter Aslan, then we'll we'll see what happens there. But if we see Keenan Sharts, he'll continue to be dominant in that pocket there. But we'll see what happens.
If it's Sharts, I would probably stay away from the runs. Don't want to risk an injury here with so many games left in the season.
Makes you wonder if this, after that touchdown drive, Topeka High's defense is going to have motivation now. You know, they've been kind of down. They've been getting scored on. Their offenses have been moving. But now that their offense has been moving and they scored 7, put it in the scorer's column, we'll see if their defense has some energy to come out and pop some running backs.
Yeah, I don't know who couldn't get energy from that drive. That was an amazing drive there by the Trojans. If that doesn't get you fired up, I don't know what will.
93 yards, a big one for the Trojans, and young quarterback Peyton Wheat stepped up, went 5 for 6 on that drive. And he's tackled down there.
Interesting kick there by the Trojans. It looked like it was going out of bounds and spin back in, which made Fry have to keep it, and then he just got tackled right away.
Looks like Sharts is still going to be our quarterback. They still have our starting crew out there. This is what it looks like. There might be a few substitutions, but as far as I can see, the Indians still have their starters in. Maybe for one more drive here, start the second half after that response from the Trojans.
Yeah, that's still a little surprising, but it is still the second game of the season, so still early in the season that they want them to get reps.
We got 4 wideouts out here. One guy in the back, it's Auckland. They'll give it straight to him. He explodes to the gap. What a cut right there. Up the middle. And he could be gone. In fact, he is going to be gone. 10-5, touchdown Indians. Right there. DeAndre Auckland, another touchdown to add for his big night. And that's going to put 48 on the board for the Indians.
That was, he had a wide open lane, just had to beat one defender, and that defender was not going to get him. He's a very shifty and just juked right past him, and then he was gone.
So we take the 2 drives of each half. The first drive for the Indians, 1 play touchdowns for the first quarter and the third quarter to open up halves. That's a statement right there if you're the Indians. Coming out, fired up, and scored a touchdown right off the bat. And what a run by DeAndre Auckland. That cut around the 40-yard line, beautiful, sets him up to get to the outside the numbers, and he runs it all the way into the end zone. Here's the kick. And Fry is perfect still. It's going to be 49-7, and the Indians respond to a tough 93-yard Trojan drive.
Yeah, you would expect some more excitement out of the Trojans defense there, but I mean, now we just get to see Peyton Wheat again to see if he can keep up his momentum. I expect him to after that last drive.
So they started Sharks to open the third. We'll see how they do here.
You have to have a feeling that has to be his last drive. There's no reason to keep putting him out there. There's no reason to keep risking having your ones risking an injury here this early in the season.
I mean, you want to also give your JV experience. Sharts is a senior. Carter Aslan coming in. He's going to be our starter next year. And for the Indians, they need the experience there for Carter Aslan, especially just against a varsity squad. Experience is definitely necessary to be prepared for the journey ahead. 49-7 here, 6:56 to play in the third quarter. Braxton Fry is set up for the kickoff here. And there he is, boots that one away. That's going to be a touchback. So the Trojans will start from their own 20 once again.
I expect some more passes here from the Trojans. Probably some more 5-yard routes here, open up the shit. And I expect the option to keep being an option. That option run was amazing last drive, and I expect him to keep running it.
Yeah, maybe we'll see some play action as well. Trying to test this young Indians defense. They're seconds in on the field right now, and see what they can do. Looks like they're gonna have 3 wide. One to the right. And the Indians call a timeout.
They did not have the right defensive formation right there. Decided to use a timeout here.
You wonder if the Indians start playing a little bit more zone off these passes. Short zone, get some linebackers out there in the flats trying to defend. With these 5-and-out routes, I mean, you got a lot of stuff coming your way, but you also don't want to give up the deep ball like we've seen. We can definitely put that ball out there. So we'll see what they come out here, what formation they set up in.
Yeah, I can see them coming out either. They still want to get that experience for all these young defensive backs to be able to play both man and zone at a very high level. And they're going to have to show it here in this second drive. They got beat a few times in that first drive, but I expect the defense to show up a little more this second drive.
So here we go. See if the Indians like what they see. It'll be 1st and 10 from the Trojans' zone 20. See if they can put together another 80-yard drive here, get some points on the board. Got 3 backs in the backfield now. Sorry, 2. And they'll run it. And he keeps going. Tough run right there. Looks like he gains about 4 yards on the carry. It'll bring up 2nd and 6 from the 24-yard line.
Yeah, great run there by number 21, Isaiah Kincaid. Very physical run there. Got hit at the line of scrimmage and dragged the defender for 4 yards there.
I mean, we've seen Kincaid be physical on both sides of the ball. He's playing, I think it was linebacker and safety on defense, and also running the ball here for the Trojans on the offensive side. He's been really physical, really tough player tonight. That's helped the Trojans a little bit. Though they're down 42, he's been really a star, as well as Peyton Wheat. Those two have stood out to me on this offensive side. There's the motion again. Let's see if they run a pass play here. And they do. And this time, he goes deep and makes the snag. What a throw and what a catch.
That same formation we've been seeing all second half, the motion from the receiver from the opposite side, run a little wheel route out right there, got right past the safety, which is not what you want as a defense, but got right past the safety and made an amazing catch right there.
I mean, that is exactly what we saw earlier, except instead of running that 5-and-out, he faked the 5-out and cut back upside and went up the numbers for a big gain. It looks like up to the Indians 47. That's a big gain right there.
Is exactly what you're going to keep seeing from this Trojan offense. It has been clicking on all cylinders right in the second half.
Here we go. There's a snap, and this time they'll run, and they swallow him up behind the line of scrimmage. That's a great defensive play right there for the Indians.
Yeah, great blitz call right there. Had the linebacker coming in and was free roaming in the backfield to tackle the running back.
He just shot the gap so well. The Indians have really been doing that well all night with their seconds and their first strings. I mean, shooting the gap, setting a perimeter for their defensive line. That has just been such a dominant force for the Indians tonight. It's been one of the key deciders of the score right now. 4:50 to play on the clock here in the third quarter. Peyton Wheat to call for the snap. It's going to be another pass play. He'll do his little check down, and it's a drop.
That drop probably for the best. He wasn't going to get anything there. Again, that's just this first rollout play. They did exactly like that. The defense just got in so quick that I didn't allow them to do anything. I still think their best plays have been the motion outside. Just let Wheat stay in the pocket and throw the ball. That's where he's most comfortable, not rolling out.
He's been in the pocket on 7 of his 8 attempts. On his 8th attempt, it was the play earlier, his elusive play where he threw on the run. His other 7 attempts, he's been, I think it was 5 of 7 from inside the pocket. That's where he feels comfortable the most, and he's able to make plays outside of it, but he's had 2 deep shots from stepping up inside the pocket. Like you said, that's exactly where he wants to be. Here with 4:40 to play in the third, he's been really comfortable. Isaiah Kincaid to his right. Wheat's going to call for it, and he'll pass again. That's a little quick rollout, and that's another drop.
Yeah, that rollout out there to the QB's left side is a very hard throw. He's made it twice this half, but you don't really want your quarterback to be thrown across his body. It's a tough pass. But the receiver dropped it there, but it wasn't going to give him many yards. It brings up a 4th and long here where at this time, this point in the score, I would go for it. See if your passing has worked. Run a deep pass. It's been 2 for 2 on deep passes. I'd keep going that way.
Yeah, and especially if you keep him in the pocket, if your offensive line can hold for 3 seconds to give your receivers open. Because Isaiah Kincaid can also help blocking as well. Do a little chop block, get some defensive linemen down. But if you can give Wheat enough time to throw that football downfield, you can get a first down, possibly a big play, possibly a touchdown. We'll see what they come out and they might punt, but knowing, like you said, knowing the score, knowing the time on the clock, maybe take a shot, see what you can get against these seconds for the Manhattan Indians.
Yeah, I would expect some motion in this play from one of the receivers. They've been 3 for 3 on those plays so far. That has been their best play they've had all game. Manhattan just has not covered the motion man very, very well out of the backfield.
And Manhattan's been giving them all the 5-yard, 5-and-out routes, but what they've been giving them is 5 yards every play. So they have just been driving on them. I mean, especially here, they started their own 20. They're already in Manhattan Indian territory. The Indians get a good tackle for loss. Now it's 4th down. You never know what can happen here with the pass game being so dominant in this 3rd quarter, especially Wheat. I mean, he's gone 6 of 9, which is pretty tough, and it looks good to me.
Yeah, not everything out of the game is the score. Win and loss doesn't always matter here. For the Trojans, you should be so happy with how well Wheat has performed in this second half, showing you that in these next couple of games, you can be competitive.
Yeah, Wheat has really shown that he can step up in the pocket, be confident, and be a quarterback presence there. And it may not be against the ones, but it's still against a very good secondary squad for the Indians, and they have been setting that defensive line well too. So it's still a challenge, but he's been showing that he can be the leader on this team. There's a snap, and he's gonna take a deep shot, and it's a really deep pass, overthrown, and it's gonna be a turnover on downs. And the Indians hold on there. He had plenty of time. He rolled out a little bit because the pocket collapsed some, but he just made a bad pass. Might have been thrown away, but they get stopped on 4 downs. So the Indians will come out on offense now.
Yeah, it didn't look like the receiver and quarterback were on the same page here. Receiver stopped at the 1st down marker. Wheat threw it over his head. One of the two miscommunicated there, which led to the overthrow.
It looks like Carter Aslan is coming on the field now for the Indians. He's going to get in for some minutes on the varsity squad. 14 out there. A cut upfield. Aslan, a good move outside. And what a play for his first, what a way to start his first varsity play with a big run.
Yeah, just what we talked about. If he came in, he needed to show he can read the defense. That was a great read right there. Cutting back on the option play, being elusive and getting to the outside and getting a first down right there.
Young quarterback in Aslan, I mean, he shows a lot of poise on the field. I mean, you see him as a sophomore out there. I mean, he still just plays really smooth. And that cut, he had a couple cuts on that play, and he almost broke that one, but taken down. Here he is again, and he'll give it up. There's a good run to the outside. Looks like he gains about 8 yards there.
It's another sophomore right there, Jaden Hurley, another future part of this offense. We're getting the younger guys some reps here, because this is the next step in the Manhattan High football after this year. It's always so far they've looked really good to run plays.
Exactly. It's always so cool to see our young guys step on the field and play with this much confidence and still run the same plays. It just gets them experience and builds their experience for Manhattan High football overall. There's a pass for Carter Aslan. Starting him off 1 for 1.
Yeah, getting these guys out on the field on Friday night is a big thing. They usually play on Monday nights. It's a big difference having this whole crowd here. And that throw by Carter Aslan there, a little low, but exactly where you want your receiver, because you want it to put it right where only your receiver can get it.
Aslan with Jaden Hudley to his right. He'll give it up the middle. What a hole right there. Hudley makes a nice cut and he gets up the middle for more yardage. Looks like a 12-yard gain on the play. First down, Indians.
Great pull there by the right guard to open that lane up for Hurley to run for a nice run there for the first down.
And that really has been the key to tonight. Those pulling guards have been dominating the offensive line. Doing a really good job pulling and making holes for those running backs. Hudley again to his right. 4 receivers out. Here's the motion. Goes behind. And they're going to throw it over. Looks like a little screen there. And he's going to be taken down. That's a great defensive play right there by the Trojans. They read that like a book.
Nice swarming there by the Trojans right there. They had about 4 defenders flying straight to the ball out of that screen pass right there. Perfect execution by the Trojans.
So far, the second's looking really good for the Indians. There's the read. Addison's going to go up the middle, and he'll get pulled down just inside the 10. Looks like about the 6-yard line there for the Indians, 6 or 7.
Nice run up there to set up a manageable third down here. Have to get to the end zone the next 2 plays, but being able to run right there allows you to have a more manageable third down here with the seconds on the field right now.
That'll be 3rd and 6. And in the red zone, you want to try to score in the red zone. You know, take advantage of your points, and we'll see what they can do here with the young seconds. Haslin rolls out, feeling pressured. There's a flag on the play, and he just throws that ball away. He's hit out of bounds. No flag thrown there, but looks to be all right. Must have been a holding call on an offensive lineman, probably. Holding against the offense, and so we're trying to see if they're going to accept or decline this penalty. Do you think they would decline it or accept it? If they decline it, they get another shot at the end zone.
They would decline it here. It looks like Sharts is not very happy about that last play where he got tackled out of bounds there. He has taken off his headset and will not, and the official is hearing it from him.
Sharks is really getting into it with the ref over there as they threw him out of bounds onto the track. As your backup quarterback, it's not your starter, but you still feel for him. The young sophomore getting thrown out. Looks like they did accept the penalty. So they get another shot at the end zone here. This will be a good time to see Carter Haslin take a shot. And we'll see what happens here. Is on the line hold up? No penalties. Make it a clean shot at the end zone here. Or they run the ball instead of field goal. Was caught, but out of bounds there. A good pass, just on the run. Tough defense right there. So it looks like the Indians may or may not, if they kick a field goal here. Yeah.
It's that same play we saw from the Trojans, rolling out to your left side. It's just a tough throw for a QB to make here, especially when he keeps running down and the field gets shorter and shorter. Throwing it right there, I think that's the best he could have done right there. Receiver almost got a foot in right there.
So now we get to see Braxton Fry attempt his first field goal of the night. This one's going to be a 35-yarder. we get a good hold here, this might be good. It's going to be from the right hash. Kick is up and through. And that makes Braxton Fry 2 of 3 on the season. And that pushes the Indians' lead to 45. It's 52-7 with 49 seconds here in the third quarter. That's a heck of a drive right there for the young seconds.
Yeah, that was a really good methodical drive right there, getting down the field. That penalty did come back to hurt us, but only one penalty that's really good from your second group. You're only going to get better from here. You're going to keep building. It's a really good first drive for the seconds right there. Getting into field goal range, getting some points right there.
Third quarter winding down. What's been the key to this third quarter? Is it quarterback play?
For the Trojans, it has been. That first drive, Wheat showed how he can be an amazing quarterback. For Manhattan, it's really been the running game. Even when the seconds came in, Carter Aslan and Jaden Hudley really ran the ball really good to get into field goal range there. And Manhattan wants to run the ball. They want to run the clock. They want this game to be over as quick as possible. Trojans throwing the ball there. Really good routes by all the receivers. And then Wheat was putting it perfect into the receiver's lap.
And the Trojans, that's a squib kick right there. That means they're going to get good field position here. There is a running clock, though, since they're up 45 in the second half. But it does not mean that much because the Trojans have great field position. And one thing is, the Trojans have dominated time of possession this third quarter. And, I mean, it's only been, 10-7 in this second half for the Trojans. They've been hanging in there pretty okay. And that is really encouraging if you're the Trojans head coach. You have Peyton Wheat in here trying to get experience, and 10-7 in the third quarter against a really good Manhattan High team. Really good squad, and your squad's gaining confidence, and your blockers are starting to hit and get the right blocks, and yeah, heck of a third quarter for the Trojans.
Yeah, a lot of confidence was built in that third quarter, which is what you want early in the season. It was their best quarter of the season. And the time of possession, it helped Manhattan score in their first play when they had the ball on offense. But dominating the time of possession is, if you can do that a whole game, it will start to add up. And if you dominate time of possession, you will most likely win the game.
Exactly. And now they're going into the fourth quarter, a 52-7 lead for your Manhattan Indians here at Bishop Stadium. And this is going to be a fun ending to the game here.
So this has been a nice second half for those Manhattan High secondary players. They've been able to get some good play time, make some good plays. Eli, what do you think of the secondary team for Manhattan?
They played really good on both offense and defense. The first drive for the second team defense, a little shaky, allowed a few deep passes, but it's all about the experience at this point. The offense played really good. The running game was hitting on all cylinders for the seconds, which was really good.
snap there.
Ball carrier is number 25, Devontae Ewing. Please tackle in the backfield. By number 32, Tyler Gertrude. Boost the ball back to the 28-yard line for a loss of 4.
Loss of 4 on that play. It's a Topeka High ball. It's going to be 3rd and 14. Here's the snap. Topeka High quarterback looking to pass. Fires down the right side and is not able to find someone to make the catch.
Just a little high there from Wheat. He had 2 open receivers there, one going deep, one going to the middle field. Picked the guy from the middle of the field. Just a little high. We've seen him throw some really good passes in the second half. And, I mean, again, all right now it is for Topeka High is practice, getting that connection with his receivers.
Yeah, that's right. This is a good game for Topeka High to play against a high-level team like Manhattan, and this will definitely give Topeka High some great preparation for their games in the future. There's a kick from Topeka High. It's going to go out of bounds at about the 51-yard line.
A little shank there on the punt. Sets up Manhattan with some great field position here, so we can, and coming back in and out again is probably going to be Carter Aslan, so we're going to get to see the seconds again. And they should keep building off what they did last time with running the ball. Aslan with the option had some really good reads, and Hudley followed his blockers and had some really big runs.
Yeah, that's right. With the performance of the secondary team here, we're definitely seeing some good prospects for next year and the years coming for starters. So it's good to see them performing well and getting some practice in. Here's the snap. It's a pass off. Going up the middle. He's able to get some good running, and he's finally brought down at about the 40-yard line. And it looks like that is going to be just enough for a first down.
Nice run there by Talon Huff. Got the pitch from the quarterback there and followed his receiving blockers and ran outside for a good 10 yards there.
Ball's on the Topeka High 39 now. 1st and 10 for Manhattan. If you're just joining us, the score is 52 for Manhattan and 7 for Topeka High. Here's the snap. Receiver brought down early at about the 36-yard line.
Ball carrier, number 48 from Manhattan. Get the ball down to the 35-yard line. For a gain of 4. Bring your second and 10.
Here's the snap, a pass to the right to number 82, and he's going to get going on the right side there, finally brought down at about the 16-yard line. Again, that's number 82, Aiden Jones, Jr.
Nice screen pass there by Manhattan. The receivers got out there and hit the defensive back early, so was open the lane there for Jones. And he got it nice there for a nice 15 yards. Set up Manhattan inside the 30-yard line. And again, they're in field goal range. They keep getting, if they keep going, they could possibly score their first touchdown as a second unit.
First of all, 22-yard line, 13-yard gain from Manhattan, first down.
And here's the snap. Quarterback keeps it, goes up the middle, looking for a gap, and he's finally wrestled down at about the 18-yard line.
Not much there. Try to cut back, and 2 Topeka High defenders there. Nice little 4-yard run inside the 20. They're inside the red zone. That's their second time in their 2 drives that they have gone to the red zone. Really positive there.
going to be 2nd and 6 for Manhattan with about 6 minutes left in this game. Let's see if they can get a touchdown here. Here's the snap. It's a handoff. Going up the middle, and he's got plenty of space to run, but he is brought down just short of the end zone. Looks to be about the 1 or 2 yard line.
Nice run there by number 48, getting to the 1 yard line. He showed some great explosiveness there, cutting back to the middle of the field.
Manhattan now in position to score. It's 1st and goal, 2 yards remaining, and it looks like they were tackled for a little bit of a loss there at about the 5 yard line.
Topeka defensive line did really good there, getting past the offensive line and tackling 48 in the backfield.
It's going to be 2nd and goal for Manhattan. There's 4.5 minutes remaining in this game, and the score is 52 for Manhattan and 7 for Topeka High. There's an offside penalty against the defense there, and now the ball is on about the 1 yard line. Manhattan back in position, hopefully to get ready to score here. We'll have to see if they can push through this Topeka High defense. And here's the snap. Quarterback going around the right side. Oh, but he's met by those Topeka High defenders, but he dives forward, and it looks like he's made it, or he's very close. And he has not made the touchdown.
Nice run there by Carter Aslan. Didn't have much lanes, cut back, and then pushed his way to the end zone. Did not get the ball past the end zone, though. Had it in his backhand, did not reach across.
It's about 3rd and inches here for the goal. Hopefully they can get a touchdown here, push through. If they can get someone to push forward, they'll be able to get this. And there's the snap. It's a handoff going up through the middle. And that is a Manhattan High touchdown. The score is now 58-7. And we have 2 minutes, 55 seconds remaining in this game.
Nice run there by Jaden Hudley to get into the end zone. Powered his way in there through the defenders. And that was a great second drive there by the second team offense. Being able to score a touchdown this time, improving from the field goal, shows a lot of positive momentum for this second team.
Number 31, Ryan Bykander on the point.
And the extra point is good. That's going to bring our score to 59 Manhattan and 7 Topeka High. We have 2 minutes and 15 seconds remaining in this game.
A nice kick there by Ryland Bykander, backup kicker. First time kicking all season and makes the extra point. Pretty exciting stuff for him.
Yeah, it's definitely great for this secondary team to get some practice here. There's nothing like playing in an actual game. It's a lot different than practices. So great to see them getting some real game experience, and they'll be well prepared for next year and when they play later this year as well.
Number 18, Brad, kick off. Return to
kick by Manhattan. And the kick hits the ground at about the 15-yard line. That's going to be a touchback. Ball's in the end zone.
2 minutes left in this game. Let's see something from, if this Trojan offense does anything here, they might just kneel and let the game. But if they run a few plays here, let's see what Wheat can do with the ball. Let's pass the ball. He was very impressive in the second half passing the ball. There's a lot of positives to take away here with Topeka High from the second half. I know they only scored 1 touchdown, but they controlled the ball in the second half. They won the time of possession, and they showed if they can play a time of possession game, they can play very competitive.
Yeah, that's right. We're definitely going to see Topeka High make the most out of this last minute and 20 seconds here. Get some good play time in. Here's the snap. It's a handoff. And he is brought down at about the line of scrimmage.
Topeka High put in their second strings here too. Just going to try to run out the clock here.
We've got less than a minute remaining in this football game. The score is 59 Manhattan and 7 Topeka High. And it's going to be 2nd and 12 for Topeka High after a loss of 2 on that previous play. And here's the snap. It's a handoff once again. Coming around the back, trying to get forward, but he is brought down by the Manhattan defense for what looks like another loss of a few yards.
Manhattan defense has been very stifling today. They have not allowed the Trojans offense to breathe, really. They have tried running outside, running inside. None of it has really worked. Only for a few drives did the passing work for the Trojans. But with the second strings in here, maybe we'll see something creative here on 3rd down. Topeka High using a timeout here with 3rd down and 17 to go. Maybe trying to come up with a nice creative play here to end the game on a high note.
.4 seconds left here in this game. Let's see if Topeka High can pull off one more interesting play here. Topeka High getting information for what will probably be their final play of the game. There's the handoff moving up the left side, and they are brought down by the Manhattan defense. So it looks like no gain on that play, and that's going to be the end of our football game. Final score, 59 Manhattan and 7 for Topeka High.
So what a game we just had right there. Indians win it 59-7. What are the key takeaways here, Eli, for this ball game?
Manhattan being more physical is the biggest takeaway you can have from this game. Push the Trojans' offense and defense around the field. Really move the ball up and down the field with a lot of efficiency. But, I mean, the biggest takeaway for the Trojans here is that 3rd quarter. You showed a lot of positive things in that 3rd quarter with your option game and your passing game. I mean, if you keep building off that, you're going to be competitive in a few games down the road.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you saw the young Peyton Wheat. He stepped up. He started being a leader in that second half. You know, that second half, what was the score? It was 17-7 in the second half, and it was 42-0 at the end of the first. So that's really improvement. Even though you're playing against second squad, really encouraging for that Trojan squad to come out here, fight pretty hard. They still lost by 52, but they're also playing Manhattan Indians, who took that #1 derby, who are feeling it with high energy waves right now. So I think that should do it here from Bishop Stadium. From MHS Student Media, I'm Cooper Sturm.
And I'm Eli Conley.
And that was the Manhattan High Indians playing the Topeka High Trojans. Thank you for joining us.